All right. Hopefully this is live. We got excellent connection. Close. Not really much of a stream guy. Although you can see, notifications got sent out for this one. Normally they don't. Normally I don't get like, at least the last time I went live, I didn't get any notifications for it, right? And it was kind of late as well. I don't know if YouTube gives a fuck about like the times I go live and whatnot, but I swear last time I didn't get any notifications. And then what else? Let me see. Does that pop up on the screen? Oh, what's up, Derpy? So, still getting used to this whole live streaming thing, right? And for the sake of transparency here, I don't know if it's gonna pop up. Pretty much, I did something to where, like, the chat should be popping up on the screen. However, I think I'm like dumb and I didn't do it right? And so yeah, there's all my prerequisites. I'm gonna be real. I want TJ Watt to be traded. Is that like a real take? Like, for sure? Are you ready to stand on that? Oh, my top thing is wrong too. Where it says like late night live. It's the middle of the day. It's not even really late night. So yeah, clearly I wasn't ready for prime time, but I still wanted to get something in. But let me know, Derpy, is that your final stance on the whole TJ Watt thing? Because we can get into it. Never thought we'd go to war. All the eyes you've been before. It's only Monday. My prerequisites. I'm gonna be real. I want TJ. Okay, yeah, that does kind of sound good. Just doing some final last minute things here. Like I said, still a work in progress. One day we will get this to like actually work. Let me just do this real quick now. And then, because we'll start it out with this, Derpy. We will start it out with this because I continuously make this take. A new tab. I continuously make this take, and like I feel like a lot of people do agree with it. Besides you, maybe. Let's see. How do you see that? You do see that. Yes, just because of certain fans that don't understand the business part of sports. He's 30, wants a $40 million a year. F out of here. Only playoff winners get that kind of money. TJ hasn't won a playoff game. All right, so we're podding today. We're really podding today. Hold on. Let's get a gunshot for that if I'm even ready. I'm not ready for the gunshots, but let me just go into here. Just because there's certain fans that don't understand that there's a business part of sports, and he's 30 and wants a $40 million deal. F out of here. Only playoff winners get that kind of money. So we're podding today. Okay, so TJ Watt hasn't won a playoff game, and thus his contract, it shouldn't warrant him getting $40 million. He shouldn't be getting all this money because he's old. He's going to be on the regression part of his career, and he's just not worth the money. If you share that take with Derpy, really, I can't do much to argue that, right? Like, obviously, he hasn't won a playoff game, and then he is approaching 30. But what I will counter that with is, because I know your next take is we haven't won a playoff game in a while, and TJ himself has for sure played, like, down at the end of the year. But as I've mentioned it before, there are a lot of reasons as to why TJ Watt kind of falls off, whether it's the fact of how reliant we are on the defense, our training facilities and how like shitty they are, maybe even injuries. My take on it, and you see I got the jersey up here, so like it's pretty biased. My take on it is we're really not doing much else. Like, we might as well pay TJ Watt, because if we don't pay TJ Watt, then there isn't a single player on the team who we should look to keep. And then also with that amount of money, you can make your team better. That is true. We can use, the TJ Watt contract and get maybe, 3 to 4 players out of that. But like with that deal, with these players that we get, do you really believe that we're going to assemble a team that is overall better than having TJ Watt on the team? I just feel like it's very far-fetched to say that because we know how good he is. We know the impact he has. We know the seasons that he's had. And we know what kind of all-time player he can be for us. Like, he's our all-time leader in sacks. He clearly is better than most of the people out there, wasting his career like Mike Trout for the LA Angels. See, now that's a different argument. Are we wasting TJ Watt's career or is he wasting our time? Because I feel like your first initial chat was like, he's wasting our time damn near. Like, all of these negative things go into why he can't get a deal, like about TJ Watt. Like, he's 30. He hasn't won a playoff game. Not like we haven't done it overall. I feel like to paint TJ Watt with this, like, he hasn't won a playoff game thing is crazy. Like, it's been the entire team. Our defense for sure has let us down in these playoff games before, but like to single that out on TJ Watt is a little bit crazy to me. And the guy, he's a phenomenal player. He's one of the best players we had. Daryl, what's up? We did trade Minkah Fitzpatrick, man. Daryl, welcome to the chat, my guy. We did end up trading Minkah Fitzpatrick. That was tough. That was really tough, especially for like the meme of it all, because just like, I guess some in real life stuff. My girlfriend like only knew Minkah Fitzpatrick because of a lot of my TikTok comments. Like, you look like Minkah. You look like Minkah. Now, I will say, objectively, I've put on some weight. I've been having the cookies and like some sandwiches and maybe an extra large Coke or something like that. I've put on some weight, so I feel like I'm kind of losing the Minkah aura. But we did end up, getting rid of the guy, and that was really sad. And I've talked about that for a little bit. Losing Minkah sucked. I didn't see that coming. Let's see. We got TJ. And guys, I will say, I did something to where the chat would pop up on the screen, but clearly it's not popping up. So I wish I got that right. Hopefully on the next live stream, it'll be right. What's up, Joe? TJ 3-year deal. I think TJ 3-year deal is the way to go. I want to trade him to Washington for Scary Terry, but I'd rather pay Scary Terry than TJ. But that's just what? And this is what I mean. Like, okay, we are podding because you would rather pay Terry McLaurin for like what he could be than TJ Watt. That's insane. That's insane. And like, nothing wrong with you, Derpy. Nothing wrong with the take. There is a lot wrong with the take, but like, TJ has earned every single dollar he should get. Terry McLaurin, if he gets re-signed, I would imagine it's somewhere near the DK Metcalf ballpark. And like, they earned that there. They earned that in Washington. They earned that in Seattle. But did they earn that in Pittsburgh? TJ Watt has earned every single dollar in Pittsburgh, to me, in my opinion. Now, if you disagree with that, then, that's just that. But this is like literally, this is an all-time player. Like, it's almost impossible to get another player as good as TJ Watt. We may never see another player as good as TJ Watt for the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And we're just going to let him go because, like, maybe in year 2028 or something, like, all the assets that we get, maybe it'll build us this other team. Like, if it's a 20-year, I'm okay, but F out of here with 40. TJ's going to get 40 a year, man. Like, he's going to get 40 a year from anybody. Like, anywhere he goes, he is going to get 40 a year. I'm not paying him that amount at 30. Why not? Cam Hayward just had his best career. Got to pay TJ 3 years is fair. His splash plays alone win us 2 games. Exactly. His splash plays alone do win us 2 games a year for sure. Like, there are certain drives, there are certain moments, there are certain spots in games where, like, I feel like Steelers fans can really recognize, okay, we don't win this without TJ. TJ's impact, it even outweighs the stats because, like, we just see the attention that he's getting. We just see the aura he's radiating out there. Cameron Hayward doesn't deserve that amount either. Why? Like, he was literally an all-pro. Was he an all-pro last year? Was Cam Hayward an all-pro last year, like, actually voted? Cam Hayward all-pro. Was he an all-pro last year? That's a good question right now. We're going to see. Because I feel like he had one of his best seasons at his old age. And if you've been watching the channel for a little bit, I was kind of like on the same boat that I'm on with TJ with Cameron Hayward with, like, he needed to, be paid. Like, not even for what he's going to do. I didn't see as good of a season happening out of Cameron Hayward that actually happened. But, like, he was just a Steeler. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when there was comments like, "Nah, let him go. Like, he sucks. He's gonna regress." And like, I just thought that was kind of nasty for us to be like treating Cameron Hayward that way. I can't see if was he an All Pro last year? Was he a Pro Bowler? Got to pay TJ. I guess we're the Penguins now, where we pay the old heads to keep them here and not compete in the playoffs. We're still trying to we're still trying to compete in the playoffs. Like, how does losing TJ Watt for assets? How does losing TJ Watt like mean we're not trying to compete for playoff games and championships? Like, to me, you keep TJ Watt because you're trying to do that this season. Our quarterback right now is Aaron Rodgers, who like, you know, is Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is going to be his last season. Like, we need to go out all this year and win a championship. That's what we're trying to do. I feel like having a player like TJ puts more pressure on the team to win a championship because, like, you have a guy like that. You have a guy like Cam Hayward who's, like, consistently trying to get to that final goal of a Super Bowl. And if it was just, like, a bunch of rookies or whatever, then we would be in the position to where it's like, fuck it. Like, we can just take this year off, you know, because next season, like, this rookie is going to be even better and this young player is going to be even better. Like, no, we got veterans on the team right now. We got old heads on the team right now who are trying to win. Also, I'm hearing some, like, noise. If you guys hear noise, just know, like, it's my upstairs neighbors. It's a real reason why I don't, like, do my videos in the daytime. And I try to, like, wait for, you know, the end because, like, I got thin walls. I think they hear me too. But they be arguing a lot. They be, let's get some gunshots for that. They be arguing a lot upstairs. They be like going at it. And they got dogs too. I'm not trying to get my whole life out there, but like, it is what it is. Got to get Rodgers another weapon too. Not Lazard. Yeah, definitely not Allen Lazard. I think Jonnu Smith joining the team, I think that's going to really help. I think Calvin and Roman Wilson as well. Like, Roman Wilson specifically, we kind of fell off. Like, everyone started hating Roman Wilson and whatnot. But I think he still has a lot to show. And I also think Calvin Austin is going to be really, really good this year. But if we get, you know, another random receiver, then that can only help. And like I guess the kind of figurehead, because he's like wanted for a trade, is Terry McLaurin, right? So like, if we go out and get Terry McLaurin, that's a super duper W. Now, because of the trades we have made and like the Steelers themselves, if we get Terry McLaurin, that means we lost like fucking Chris Boswell or some shit. Like, we can never just get DK Metcalf. We got to get DK Metcalf, but then lose George Pickens. We can never get Jalen Ramsey. We got to get Jalen Ramsey, but then lose Minkah Fitzpatrick. Like, that is just the position that we found ourselves in. And so, yeah, if we do get Terry McLaurin, it's going to come with a price, man. And it's going to be even more than money. Like, it's crazy. Well, first off, let's see. You got better amount of money in return than paying 30-year-old. You keep calling it like, man, this is TJ Watt. Like, I get his age, but this is TJ Watt. This is like an all-time player. This isn't even like an okay player turning 30. Like, a player who's giving you Pro Bowl seasons and he's turning 30. Like, this is an all-time talent. This is like the top of the top. TJ Watt has played like no, you can't get any better than TJ Watt, honestly. You can't, like, unless you're maybe, and this is, you know, me just yapping here, unless you're like Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons. Like, that's the only people on TJ's level right now. You can't even, it goes past the position. Like, I think he's gonna get paid, and I think it's the smart move to pay him. Like, you got to pay your players. You got to show somewhat of a spine here as an organization. And the fact that it's even like gone on this long, that like we can still be talking about this topic, like, to me, just shows like kind of an asterisk on this team. Pro Bowl appearances doesn't mean anything to me. Super Bowls do this, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, not the Bengals. I feel that same way too, but like, at some point, like, you these players get recognized. He's not even a Pro Bowler. That's the thing. Like, TJ is past the Pro Bowler. He is an All Pro. He is a top. What is it? I think first team is 11, second team is 11. So like, he is a top 2 player at his position in the entire league. A top 2 player, and having him on the team, if you look at the record with versus without TJ Watt, when he plays, we are a significantly better team than when he doesn't play. Like, it's just a fact. And maybe we can like use all the assets to get better and like build this team, you know, without TJ Watt. But for now, we have TJ Watt, and we should be happy to have TJ Watt. Let's see. What else we got? I would like to get Terry McLaurin too. Like, what do you guys think that price tag is going to be for Terry? What do you think, you know, Washington is going to take? Because they did just get Deebo Samuel. And like, I feel like they're a team that's trying to win and commit to this season. Like, you would ask for a pretty high, you know, trade thing for him. But like, at the same time, DK was a 2nd-round pick. Is DK Metcalf better than Terry McLaurin? I'd say yeah, because he's a Steeler. Like, do we get rid of another second to get Terry? Damn, they're going crazy up there. I apologize if you guys can hear. Pro Bowl appearances doesn't mean anything to me. Super Bowl. Like if it's 20 million in total for 60 for 3 years. Like what is he? He's probably gonna get what 40 for 3 years, right? Where would you? Okay, so Derpy, in your perfect, because let's start it out with this. Do you like TJ Watt? Like, are you a fan of his? Are you not a fan of his? Do you want to like trade him and get him out of here, or like would you rather him go to a team and compete? Like, who right now do you think could use TJ Watt and like really excel with him? Like, who's TJ Watt's championship team? And unless it's like the Chiefs and Eagles, I'm gonna argue that like with the Steelers, he has a better chance to win. Unless it's them, then like you got me. Hold on, oh, they have a goal. Washington or the Texans would be impactful. So we get Terry McLaurin, and we get Terry McLaurin a second and a third for TJ Watt. What do you think about that? What is this? Also, do you guys like the live streams? I don't know. Daryl, I've seen you on my videos. Derpy, I'm not sure how much of me you watch. Wait, what is this? Share how you'll celebrate. I will. By the way, I'm just testing something here. Your goal is live. Oh, I just created a goal. If we didn't have Highsmith and Herbig, this wouldn't be a conversation. I just feel like too, even starting that, like we trade TJ Watt, and then you know the graphic, like next up, and it's gonna be like Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig and Jack Sawyer. That is like tremendous expectations to put on either of those people, because they have to be as good as TJ Watt. Like they have to live up to what we're missing, which is TJ Watt. And so like that just, it creates unnecessary expectations. Like right now, I feel like Highsmith and Herbig are kind of in this good spot right now where they can eat and excel. And like when they don't eat and excel, like Herbig against the run or whatever, like when that doesn't happen, it's not like highlighted as much, because like we also have TJ Watt. They're not looked to as the guy that like needs to be that elite pass rusher, versus if we get rid of TJ Watt, then you know, like we need these guys to step up. We need one of them to like at least do half of what TJ was doing, which I think they can. I think especially Highsmith, he's shown like a real ability to like be out here. And then Herbig, he's shown moments for sure. He's had flashes for sure. But I don't think it's like the same as I don't think it's the same as like what TJ Watt is doing. If we didn't have we have 12 picks next year, dude, and 3 upcoming stars, and Peyton Wilson, Herbig, and Jack Sawyer, but we want to pay a 30-year-old for it. You can't. Derpy, I think you hate TJ Watt. I'm not gonna lie. I think you hate TJ Watt because you keep referring to him as this 30-year-old and not TJ Watt. You know, like this isn't like random play. This isn't George Pickens. This isn't, you know, this is a guy who, if he retired tomorrow, his jersey is retired. Like nobody else is gonna wear number 90. And if that's overstretched because like we haven't won a Super Bowl, then maybe I'm bugging here, but this is like one of our all-time players. Just like Cameron Hayward, he's like one of our all-time players. This is like a Steeler for life, hopefully. So to lose that into trying to be big brain and like, you know, we can't guarantee a championship if we trade TJ Watt. And so if we say we trade him and we don't win a championship, then what? Like, then what have we done? Pittsburgh was scripted 2 extra wins for Dublin game, guaranteed wild card script 11-7. Watt Hayward talk. Wait, what? Watt Hayward talk. So what's up, Wild Herbways? I think we're gonna win in Dublin for sure. What was the other one? Just like Troy's situation for sure. That's cool. Just a lot going on all the time. Tough to jump on. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm trying to like just get more into it, I guess. Like the live streaming aspect of it, especially because a lot of the times, like I'll post a video and then like I read the comments, but like by the time I see them, by the time I'm like really, you know, into it, I guess, like I feel like it's too late to respond. Like it's like that with me with texts, with emails or something like that. Like if I don't get to it right then and there, I start feeling like a piece of shit and like, I don't want to respond anymore, you know, because like it just feels weird. And so like doing the live streams allows me to like interact like kind of live on the fly. Oh, why was the message retracted? What happened? Did he just get banned? We should have paid him before all the other deals, because like that's another thing too, is we waited so long. Like why did we wait this long for like this TJ Watt contract, especially because we know we're gonna pay him. Here's my question: how long have you been a Steelers fan? And name your top 5 Steelers. If you have Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell in there, you're not a Steelers fan. I know. Be real. I've been a Steelers fan since like literally since I can remember. Now how old am I? I think I'm 26. I'm definitely over 21. The birthdays, like the years start getting a little conflated, but I started watching like, what was like my first real season? It was before the Super Bowl we lost to the Packers, and like around the Super Bowl we won against the Cardinals. It was like around that time. I've been a fan since Tommy Maddox. Yeah, I definitely came after. And I'm not gonna lie. I know how it ended. I do have AB as one of my top Steelers. And listen, I know how it ended. I know you're gonna kill me for it, but like, the guy was a hooper. Take all that other shit out the window. The Antonio Brown was a hooper. Can we admit that? Like, he was nasty. He was a shitty person, a shitty guy in the locker room. Honestly, horrible person, horrible teammate, horrible life partner. Maybe even a bad dad. Like, we can say all this about Antonio Brown, but man, when he put on that black and gold, when he suited up, he was a monster. So like, I have Antonio Brown up there. Boswell is another one too. I love Boswell. Let's see, who else would I have in my top Steelers? Obviously, I love Troy. Troy made me like play football, so I'd have Troy. I would say Ben, but like I feel like I spent a lot of time like kind of hating on Ben for like in the same way Derpy is like arguing against TJ Watt. I was doing that same thing with Big Ben. Oh, I like D'Angelo Williams. Damn, I guess you can kind of age me right here. I liked D'Angelo Williams when he was on the team, like not as opposed, but like those snaps he played, like when Le'Veon wasn't playing, I thought like were super duper good. I've always liked, guys on the team now. Jalen Warren, I've liked him for a while. Fuck it, this is all time. We hate the Steelers team. Give me Juju Smith-Schuster as my wide receiver 1, and then give me Michael Vick at our quarterback 1. Give me Devin Bush as our defensive player 1. Who else do we hate? Artie Burns. He was a dog out there. Give me Artie Burns for cornerback 1. And then wide receiver 2, let me get Dante Moncrief. I think that's gonna be my team. But yeah, you guys, like with the Tommy Maddox days, with the Bubby Brewster days, you guys have definitely been through a lot. And that's what's crazy too. Like I keep arguing this because like we're blessed and we shouldn't be complacent, but like with Tomlin, we haven't been close to those days of like the Bubby Bristers and shit. Like we haven't been close to that, and I think that's something that should be respected and like brought up. We got 5 Ben, 4 Palomalo, 3 Franco, Green, and then my dad. So all right, guys, lore time. Everyone strap in for some lore. This is before I'm watching the Steelers like seriously, right? There was an AFC either divisional or championship game between us and the Indianapolis Colts, right? And I mentioned Jerome Bettis in this game. You guys probably know where I'm going with this. I am watching the game with my dad, whose favorite player is Jerome Bettis. And, something happens. We're at the goal line. Like, we're about to score. We hand the ball off to Jerome Bettis. And what does he do? He fumbles. Jerome Bettis fumbles. Big Ben makes the tackle. All hope is lost. We are going to lose this game. I look at my dad, and my dad is looking at his fist. Like, it's like they're talking to each other. His fist and, like, my dad. Like, they're both talking to each other, right? And then my dad turns his head, and he sees a wall, right? The wall is here. His fist is here. They're all three now in a conversation. The wall, my dad's fist, and my dad. They're all talking. And they get to the conclusion, it's time to punch a hole in this wall. And so my dad takes his fist and punches a hole straight through it. Straight through it. And I get it, Jerome Bettis doing that, I would have been real pissed too. I was a kid at the time, and I was like, why is he so mad? Let fucking Jalen Warren do some shit like that. Let Caleb Johnson fumble, I'll be pissed. I might even do it. But anyway, hole through the wall, arms in the wall, his elbow was touching drywall. Like, that's happening. And immediately he gets that like realization, like, oh my God, why did I do that? You know, I should not have done that. And like, we rent this house, like this isn't ours. And so what we do is we take a nice picture of the family, we take a nice TJ Watt jersey, and we cover it. And it's good for months. It's so good that we all forget about it until we go to paint the walls, move the picture, and that hole is still there. And then, you know, this is like I said, months at the time. I'm sure a big family discussion was had. I was too young to really be privy to it, but I don't think my dad got away with it is all. I think that's the overall point. We did not get away with it. The hole was the motivation we needed to win. I think like the punch, the air from that, like swayed the field goal to like miss. You know, like I think that force was so much that it like caused it to miss. The only Steelers fans. Oh my God, the Mendenhall fumble. I was young at that point too, but like I knew that was an L. I knew that was a really big problem. We really could have won that game, man. Oh, that Super Bowl game, we really could have fucking won that. But back to the point of like, I guess how old I am and like what that means, and I'm not really a Steelers fan if like I have AB in my top whatever. You know, I know I'm a real Steelers fan. Like that, yeah, I know it. Like, I know how I feel about this team. I know what happens when we lose. I know what happens like on the days leading up to the games. Oh damn, my son was crying. Bro, I say this a lot. The Tebow game had a lot of ramifications on me, right? Like seeing Tebow do us like that was pretty tough. But at that point in like the Super Bowl, it was like I was watching the Steelers for so long that like it felt like we never lost these games. Like it felt like if we made it to the Super Bowl, we were gonna win the Super Bowl. If we made it to this, like we were going to win. If Big Ben had the ball at the end of the game, we were just gonna win. Like that's how I felt. And so seeing the Tebow game and then seeing like the Packers Super Bowl, like where we lost, that was like the first time where it was like, oh, okay, like we're a real team. Like sometimes we can lose, because as a kid, you know, seeing all these highlights, it was just like, man, if we got the ball at the end, we were going to win that game every single time. And then the Packers won. Like I really think we had it. It was just like a few mistakes. Ben had an interception, I want to say. Mendenhall obviously fumbled. I think Ben might have had 2 interceptions, but yeah, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough. Gotta drop off, guys. All right, Daryl, thank you for popping out for a little bit, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, this live stream thing is still kind of new for me. Still trying to figure out my direction, but definitely expect some live streams. Maybe I'll get like a schedule going. Like I said, I don't know how the background noise has been, but like daytime for me is pretty shitty. And then also I work like from most days is 2 to 12. Like I work like those 10 hours, like which is like right smack dab in the middle of the day. Oh, Daryl with the super chat, with the super duper chat. Thank you, sir. We got $5 on the board. Can I like this? What else can I do? Like I'm branded, like this is as authentic as it gets. Daryl, I really do appreciate that, my guy. Warehouse, big warehouse guys, man. I'm actually in some lore. Daryl, once again, thank you, sir. But I've been doing like these Google courses, right? And I'm trying to like get a bunch of certificates for like data analytics and whatnot, because I do that at my job a lot. And like, I think it's something to where I can like really propel that into my future, right? And then I can get like this remote job, and then like I'm making Steelers videos while I'm working at my remote job, you know? You know, like that is the ultimate cook. That's the ultimate goal. But for now, we're still in that grind. For now, we're still there. But once again, Daryl, I really do appreciate it. Thank you, sir. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. What's going on here? Oh, I'm just kind of looking at stuff. I did have some other, how I want to call it, like some other plans about the stream. I didn't expect to talk about TJ Watt for so long. Also, I didn't expect like the hate for TJ Watt. I knew it exists though. Like I knew it existed on like Twitter and whatnot. I'm gonna be real. I feel like Antonio Brown is the same result scenario. Fans impacted like Lamar Jackson, if you get what I'm saying. Cough, cough, wait. I feel like Antonio is the same result scenario of fans impacted, like, if you get what I'm saying. Cough, cough, man. Antonio, could you reiterate that? I'm going to be real. Antonio Brown is the same result scenario of fans impacted. What do you mean by that, Derpy? I wanted Lamar too. I'll say that. I wanted Lamar. But now he's a Raven, so like fuck him. But it's desperation. Oh, okay. They like certain players and hop on. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I was just like I said, my dad was always a Steelers fan, so like I was just destined to be one. And then right when I started like super duper tuning in, Antonio Brown was going from like role player on the team to best wide receiver in the league. And then obviously we lost him, and so that put me in a real position of like, what am I gonna do? I was never not gonna like the Steelers. That like didn't even cross my mind. But once we lost him and like it was Juju and whatnot, like that prepared me to be in the position that we're in now with like everybody's gone. Like the only guy that's still there from like my childhood, and I hate to do this to you and Daryl because like based on your answers, you guys are definitely up there in age. Like everybody's gone, and so like that's something that I'm having to like realize and like learn how to deal with and like learn how to navigate my fandom. And like it does make it a little bit harder to like really I don't want to say care, but like not look at these players just like assets, instead of like real pieces, because of like all of these people now. Like we're drafting people as I'm an adult, so like clearly I'm gonna feel different about those people versus like the ones I was watching when I was a kid. Let's see. My opinion, these NFL players are greedy as fuck. Let me get some gunshots. My opinion, these NFL players are greedy as fuck. $28 million a year ain't enough. Shaking my head when there are homeless people out there. There are literally people out there right now begging for hot dogs, and we just grilled 2 million of them 2 days ago. Water's gonna be sorry if he leaves the Steelers. He might, but like he's gonna get that deal wherever though. Like I think if he leaves the Steelers, he's gonna get 40 million from wherever team he goes. One time I gave like food to a homeless person, and he said like I should have just given him the money. That really set a beef between me and the homeless right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, I don't really want this. Like here, let me give this to this homeless person. And he was like, oh man, like he was tight. Like he was like mad that I was giving him this food. Like he was like, oh my god. And like so I gave him the food, but he wasn't happy about it. He wanted the money. So right now I'm beefing with the homeless. But yo, what's up, Foots Big? Welcome, my guy. Are you guys rocking with Omar Khan? Because like that was obviously you can see the thumbnail or whatever. I kind of wanted to talk about him a little bit and like all of his moves and stuff. I've been a Steelers fan for close to 40 years. NFL has got shitty with the new rules and refs deciding they have. The discipline from Cowher is missing the Hall of Fame defensive core too hurts. I think, obviously, we can hold on to Foot's big point. We can talk about like how games are like low key rigged now, and I think that's true. I wish they would rig them for the Steelers, honestly, but that is what it is. But the whole the discipline thing of it, for sure, we're missing that. But like I think Tomlin's good traits, like while Bill Cowher has like this discipline thing, like that's one of his good traits. Like I think Tomlin has other good traits that don't really get talked about. And once again, we are just in this position of we're in 2025 and it's been a little bit since we've won a playoff game, but like we have won playoff games, especially with Tomlin. And then we go to it was Cowher's team, but like Cowher's team was putting up losing seasons. In Tomlin's first season, we go out and we draft Lawrence Timmons, and like then we go on a little run. They both had the same amount of rings. I want to say same Super Bowl appearances, because like Tomlin has 2. I don't know how many Cowher has. You guys can let me know down in the chat. But they've achieved similar things. It's just now we're on like the back end of Tomlin's career. It's been 9 years. We're on the back end of it. But like at the beginning, that beginning was really good. And there's a lot of coaches that are getting a lot of praise outside of Andy Reid. Outside of Andy Reid, all of these coaches are like new. And so like they're getting all this praise for like winning early. but like they haven't been in the league as long as Tomlin. Like we haven't been able to see since we haven't been able to see how their careers turn out. It's been 9 years and 14 since Super Bowl appearance. Dallas coach has more playoff wins. Are you talking about McCarthy? Where is Mike McCarthy right now? I know he wasn't. Was last year his first year without Dallas, or like leaving Dallas? Was he still the coach last year? Mike McCarthy having more playoff wins is tough. We need to get one, honestly. Like it's been so long, we need to get a playoff win. Dallas coach. It's been 17 years since we won a Super Bowl. Man. So I was what? I think I'm 26. Once again, like I just don't know. But God damn. I'm kind of nervous about the Patriots getting Vrabel. Yeah, Vrabel was a really good coach. He's somebody I kind of wanted when did he take a year off, Vrabel? There was somebody who took a year off and like then came back. Tomlin is overrated. I think we need to move on as much as I like Tomlin. Yeah, we might be heading to that point. Cowher has won at least one playoff win in 8 seasons. Tomlin has 4 years. Wait, what's up? What's up, George? Cowher has won at least one playoff win in 8 seasons. Tomlin has 4 years. So Cowher is good for one playoff win in 8 seasons. Tomlin is good for one every 4. No, that can't be true. Let me know how I should interpret that, George T. What's up? What's up? What's up? Speaking of that, I want to kind of... Do I not have it up here? Okay. This was like the... what I wanted to get into for a little bit. And I think we're somewhat talking about it here with like the Mike Tomlin talk. And that's... How do you guys feel about Omar Khan? Because the Mike Tomlin thing, we can keep debating on it if you want. We can keep going into it. I like Tomlin. A lot of you guys don't like Tomlin. I think he has his mistakes. I think he should be held accountable for. However, I don't think like it's time to give him the boot yet. But at what point do we give him the boot? Because we're all very frustrated about it. That is a question that I'm not able to answer. Like, at what point will I personally like want to get rid of Tomlin after all the negative things that he's done? I don't know. It might be to the point where I never say it, So I might be biased with that. But how do you guys feel about Omar Khan and his run of things? I still miss that Polamalu and James Harris and Ryan Clark team as well. Oh my! Hold on, my cat is like meowing. I'm gonna open this door for her. Oh mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Bro, every game that I've gone to, like, they play Renegade and we do not turn up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the stadium is lit, but then, like, it's just horrible. Like, another field goal, another first down. Yeah, those mid-2000s teams were the best. Big Heath Miller, Jerome Bettis, Big Ben. Boy, do we miss Big Ben or what? Everybody was saying, man, once we get rid of Ben, like, we're fucked. We're not going to be able to do anything. That was rough. Like, I thought we'd have this quarterback thing figured out. I didn't know it was going to be like, a new quarterback every year. I like Tomlin, but I think Cowher was better. Just my opinion. I can see that. I can see why people think that. Do you guys, once again, I really don't be live streaming like that. I'm trying to get into it. Do you guys see by like George T's and Foots Big's like comments, they have like this crown? Do you guys see that? And like Derpy doesn't have a crown. And so I'm trying to figure out why Derpy doesn't have a crown. Can we play that? Hold on, let me. Also, how do streams work with copyright? Because like if I play this song right now, is my stream gonna get taken down? Oh, I have an ad. It's because I watch a lot of streams. Oh yeah, Big Ben has a really good channel. I watch his podcast a lot. Oh mama, I'm in Ladies, it gets flagged. If it gets flagged, okay. I think, will it tell me? It might tell me. It gets flagged. If it gets flagged. You don't know how the crown, yeah, I don't either, because like Derpy doesn't have one. That's the only thing I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get my son a crown. He was crying, you're so scared and all alone. Dush, 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 dush. Blind man is coming down from the gallows and I don't have very long. Finally found me, the renegade who had it made. All right, we're gonna stop. Playing with fire here. I'm playing with fire. I don't want to get my channel striked. You know, I'm trying to keep doing this for a living, you know? But Renegade is so sick. It's so sick. But yes, I had this tweet on the screen. You know, he asked what Omar Khan's best move has been since, you know, I guess becoming the Steelers GM. And I think there is a lot of them. Like, you can see this top comment here. Obviously, getting Deshaun Elliott was sick. And then getting both Zach and Peyton Wilson in the same draft is sick. And then the upgrades on the defensive line, those have kind of come this season. But going out and getting Zach Frazier, right? Like, how do I want to phrase this? He was talked about as crown is for most engaged commenters. He was talking about, or we were talking about Zach Frazier for like the whole draft process. And as a team who has never had a losing season, Mike Tomlin never has losing seasons. And for a team that consistently picks kind of late, and we've been flopping with our first round picks outside of TJ Watt, for that kind of team to go out and get a Zach Wilson, to go out and get a Zach Frazier, who like was this consensus top center, and then like Peyton Wilson, who everyone kind of assumed was going to be good, but like his injuries and health kind of scared everybody. But like to get these like bada bing, bada boom, you know, was going to be a good player. To me, it's a very good sign, because normally we're a team that's trying to think too hard. I think we kicked off of YouTube for that because that's what I'm saying. I was trying to be cool. Has a losing playoff record where it most matters. Are you talking about Omar Khan? I want to win an effing playoff game too, man. I really do want to win a playoff game. Oh, Tomlin. Right, he does, but you know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Playoff records. NFL coaches. God damn, Mike Tomlin is really far down here. Oh, let me move this over here. Can you guys see it? Oh, I gotta respond to this real quick. I just want to move that out of the way. So we got 8-11. I wanted to like compare him to though, like with other coaches. He's 8-11. Which shit, man. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty far down here. Where is he at? Here we go. So he's 8-11. You can see the guy Bill Cowher has more than him. Why don't they show me the numbers? Wait, total playoff championships. Wait, no. 183 to 107 in the regular season. That's a good regular season record. Let me see. NFL coaches playoff wins. I don't know. Can you guys hear my typing too? I hate that Opera GX like does that. What is this? Oh, this is just career wins. Where's Tomlin in career wins? Tomlin is 12th place with 183. Where is Bill Cowher though? I don't think coached for as long as Tomlin. He's at 149. Yeah, 63%. That's really good. I'm looking for playoff wins for coaches because like I kind of want to. We can do okay. So I'm not gonna debate any of these like older people, but I'm gonna say Bill Cowher, Bill Belichick had Tom Brady. It doesn't count. Like that one, he doesn't count, right? And then Andy Reid, he's someone who I think you can
you can totally say is better than Tomlin. Like, if you get that off, have at it. You know, like, I'm not going to argue that. Andy Reid has been very successful. He's got that. But after that, we can look at some of these people who have, I guess, more than Mike Tomlin and are still in the league, which is like a really shitty way to organize this, I'm not going to lie. Like, Tom Coughlin, he has more playoff wins than Mike Tomlin. Real? Oh, it's probably because they've had to, like, wait, let me go to Dart. It's probably because, like, they've had to, you know, get it out the mud in the wild card. Harbaugh from the Ravens is better. I don't think so. That's one. I don't think John Harbaugh is better. Now, he's had, okay, these guys are all, wait, does highlighted like that mean they're still in the league? Okay, so like that, it's still in the league. I don't think John Harbaugh is better than him. I think in the same way Mike Tomlin has had like flops, I think John Harbaugh has also had flops with his current team and his current team's expectations. But I don't know Ravens Twitter like that. I don't know how they react to it after like being hyped up all year and then like they end up losing. I don't know. And like I think our teams have been worse than Ravens teams. If I'm bugging for that, let me know. But like I think the teams that we win 10 games with, if you give John Harbaugh those teams, they win 6. You know, they win. They have a very big losing season if you give them some of our teams. Gunshot on my own quote. You know, something like that. Pete Carroll, I don't think he's better than Tomlin. Sean McVay, like Sean McVay and Sirianni, these are two guys who are new, you know, and so they're getting pointed to as like these coaches better than Tomlin. And like, why can't we, you know, do these same things? But like, we haven't seen them 15 years later, 15 years down the line. What is it going to look like? Mike Tomlin, he's like in his own class with that. And that early success was there. Let's go straight to his, his Wikipedia. Are you talking about that first round of the playoffs? That one was a tough one. I was like, because wasn't that the season where Ben had like, oh, it's 2015. Okay, I see what you're saying. But we played the Ravens, I think, in the 2014 playoffs. Damn, they got a whole section on his like playoff struggles. But we played the Ravens in 2014, and like that one was a tough playoff loss. I won't lie. That one really pissed me off. Oh, here we go. This is Tomlin led the Steelers to an improvement in the 2014 season, going 11-5 and winning the AFC North. The team saw their season end in the wild card round to the Ravens after a 30-17 loss. And this season, it birthed the Killer Bees. Steelers-Ravens games are good. But this one I really wanted. And then 2015, obviously AB gets smoked. Le'Veon Bell, is he hurt? Yeah, he's hurt for the playoffs because like we had Toussaint and a different running back as well. Like so Le'Veon was gone, and then AB he gets murked. But like in 2015, we low key almost beat the Broncos and like a really hobbled team too. And then 2016 is this the 2016 we go to the AFC Championship and we lose to the Patriots, but like the week before we didn't put up any touchdowns against the Chiefs either. And so like it was like this Dolphins game in the wild card was like peak Steelers football for me. It was like peak because like we scored touchdowns. AB had one, Le'Veon had one. I think AB had 2. And then like it was like ever since that last touchdown in that game against the Dolphins, it's just been like we've just been going down, down, down. But man, we had hope that year. And then 2017, fucking the Jacksonville Jaguars, we lose to that. That was a very tough one. I respect Ravens fans. Yeah, I like the Ravens fans way more than Browns and Bengals fans, but that's because the Ravens like are an actual team with actual like successes and whatnot. Like they've been a good team. Browns fans and Bengals fans, they like have nothing to point to, and then somehow, some way, you know, they just pull some shit out of their ass to argue. But like Ravens fans and us, like we can like legit argue. It's still the Steelers. Like the Steelers are still better than them, but like there's a case. You know, Browns and Bengals, they can barely argue with each other. Like there are people who are arguing with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Like those are people who are arguing with like, you know, Pac-12 football still. You know, like those are the arguments they should be having. They should not be talking to Steelers fans at all whatsoever. They have absolutely no basis. Like they have never done anything ever. And so for them to like talk as much shit as they do is crazy. But it might be that Ohio mentality. You know how they get out there. Oh, yeah, Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker, man. Boswell better. I'm just going to say it. Chris Boswell is way better than Justin Tucker. I've been saying that, too. And Boswell would never. He would never do that stuff Justin Tucker was doing, man. He wouldn't do it. I really hope that's not clipped one day and then, the feed. Because, man, never. And this is another. You guys are older than me, I think, but I've had to learn this through experience. Your idols will let you down. They will. Like, your Kanye West, he will let you down in the end of it. No matter how much you defend him, he'll let you down. These athletes, they'll let you down. Chris Boswell, I'm hoping he won't, but maybe one day Chris will let you down. Justin Tucker let a lot of people down. Definitely left a lot of people down. Diddy will let you down. And then the justice system will let you down. I don't know if we're going to get into this, but it really seemed like he was guilty. And come to find out, nope, he wasn't. And it's like, really? Okay, we'll talk about that at a different time. Different live stream, different channel. But yes, your idols will let you down. Don't be a fan of anybody besides me. I will never let you guys down. I won't. Hopefully. But yeah, don't never believe in your rivals. Jesse James caught that fucking football, man. Let's get a gunshot. Jesse James caught that fucking football. And the fact that they didn't give that to us completely and utterly destroyed our season. It destroyed it. We're in that same position right now because they didn't let Jesse James catch it. He literally crossed the plane and they were like, nope, he didn't. And we still are trying to get this playoff win to this day. If we win that game, we have the number 1 seed. We get a bye. We don't play Jacksonville. Jacksonville and New England, they slug it out and they take each other out. New England probably wins that game. And we go against New England at home and we beat them in the regular season. I still get upset thinking about that shit. We had them. We literally had them. That deflated our entire season. Fun fact, too, we played the Ravens the week before that New England game in the regular season. And I went to that Ravens game. And that was a crazy, crazy, crazy ass game. The official with the index card, it was bullshit, bro. It was absolute bullshit. Speaking of that, I had this up too. Steelers kicker Chris Boswell only needs 216 more points to surpass Gary Anderson for the franchise record of 1,300. I'm just going to gunshot for that. Now, I've been saying that Boswell is our best kicker of all time. But I was sleeping on Gary Anderson. You guys have reminded me that I'm a young buck in this, right? Gary Anderson, he was a hooper. However, once Boswell gets this, once he gets this record, it'll be undebatable. The talent we have seen coming out of Chris Boswell's leg, the eliteness that he's shown, is gonna no other. If you haven't watched Steelers games, if you only catch the highlights, then you just don't get it. But Boswell has literally, outside of 2018, he has never let us down. We have relied on him so much. We have needed Chris Boswell to go out and kick 6 field goals in a game. And he's been out there and he's done that, multiple times, so many times that our star-studded offense, our potent offense that the Killer Bees fire emoji, the Killer Bees literally can't get a touchdown to save their lives. And Chris Boswell bailed them out so many fucking times. And just last season, he led the team in points. He led the entire NFL in points, low-key. He's efficient. He's a god. He is a god amongst mortal men. And I just said, never believe in your idols. Don't ever meet them. Chris Boswell is the exception. He's a perfect man, honestly. He's had one off year, but the whole team was off that year as well. It's not like everybody else was playing good and Chris Boswell was the only bad one. No. It was just it was just the entire team. Every day a star is born. Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him. Hey, every day a star is born. Oh, man. I remember he had to punt before, too. Hold on, let's see, do we have anything else? I was going to say, I have, Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith highlights up here that I kind of wanted to watch. But because of the copyright shit, I don't know if I remember that Big Ben punt. I don't know if I really want to get into this. I want to talk about this too. If you're having a bad day, just remember at least you're not this guy. And you can see, look at all these jerseys, man. So we got two Kenny Pickett's is nasty work because I'm a big Kenny Pickett fan. I have one jersey getting to, I don't know why you would do that. You know, I get that they're different, but shit, unless you bought them at the same time, I don't know what you saw year one. They were like, you know, I'm going to double down and get another Kenny. But like, I just don't think that was the right choice. 2 Pickens jerseys, that's understandable. That makes sense. The Naj one, same thing. Like, Naj did his thing. You got Antonio Brown, Minka Fitzpatrick, Le'Veon Bell, Juju. Like, we got none of these players now, man. We got not a single one of these players. And here we go. And like, this is what comedians do all the time. This is what like the greats do. We're going to use this picture and refer it all the way back to the beginning of the stream and what we talked about at the very beginning. TJ Watt should not be any of these jerseys because we've had to let go of Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Najee Harris, George Pickens, Minka Fitzpatrick, Antonio Brown, Kenny Pickett, Le'Veon Bell, Juju Smith-Schuster. At what point is it like, fam, we need to keep our players? At what point do we need to show some respect as an organization, show like some loyalty, show some pride, and re-sign one of our guys? And mind you, outside of Antonio Brown on here, outside of him, TJ Watt is 18 million times better than every single one of these players listed. Every single one. And he is 30 to 40% better than all of these guys, right? And so we got to keep TJ Watt, man. If they we were talking about the TJ Watt thing a little bit ago. Me and Derpy had a pretty good discussion about it. And like Derpy, he let me know his feelings of it. Like TJ's kind of old and, you know, the money could be used in other places or something. You know, truthfully, I don't really get his argument, but it definitely exists, you know, and I'm not going to hate on him for thinking what he thinks. I just think, though, it's crazy to let go of TJ. We can't let go of TJ. Look at our record. Yeah, look at our record without TJ Watt and then come back to me. Like, that's really what we got to talk about. Every day a star is born. All right, though, guys. I think I am going to get out of here. Like I said, this was like an hour long. This is just something I wanted to do. I am going to be getting more into the live streams, and it is really fun. I love being able to talk to you guys, like, live on the fly as it happens, because, like I said, with comments sometimes, like, I'll see one late, and then, like, I end up, you know, not responding because I feel like it's too late to respond. So I am going to become more of a live streamer as well. And I really do appreciate all you guys for tuning out. Definitely shout out to Daryl for the $5. That one really helped. That was special. I need that shit. Honestly, I need all the money I can get, man. Life's hard out here. Fucking the economy is fucked. No one's making any money. We're poor. Need some money, you know. I really do, and so I really do appreciate that. Foot's Big, I really appreciate you coming out. George T, Derpy, Daryl. Who else was in here? Am I forgetting anybody? I might be forgetting somebody. I feel like there was somebody else too who was in the stream for a little bit. But yes, nonetheless, I really do appreciate all of you. I love talking about football. And I don't know when my next live stream will be, but we'll definitely go live again, and we'll definitely talk ball again. George T, thank you. Hope everyone has a good evening. Go Steelers. Go Steelers indeed. Facts. In fact, hold on. Let's end it with this. Hold on. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for... Imagine I get, like, demonetized in the outro. That would be so unfortunate. I get demonetized as I'm ending the stream. That would be so tough. Couldn't make it up. So far from my home.